Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, and especially Juliett. This was your icebreaker speech, the #1 speech. Juliett joined last week and gave her icebreaker speech in 1 week, a daunting task under the best circumstances. The purpose of an icebreaker speech is to introduce yourself to the club, to overcome any residual nervousness that there might be, and to give a speech, a well-organized speech. And it's always a pleasure to evaluate an icebreaker like this, because this was one of the best icebreakers I've heard in, I don't know when. It was just fantastic. Right from the title, 111. What's that? Is that 111? Is it 666? What, what does that mean? And then you came up and immediately engaged us with your opening statement with a very strong voice, not an overpowering voice, not an overbearing voice, but clearly a confident voice that gave me confidence that I was in good hands when you were going to speak. And in your opening, as you got into the speech, you told us what you were going to tell us. You were going to say, I'm going to tell you 3 things. Again, a very effective thing. You had great eye contact, and your voice was not only strong, but you had great vocal variety. And then you kept us hanging until the quote from Mother Teresa, where, 111, and it was just a beautiful way of making the point of the speech. And then everything from the speech was tied around that theme of 111, which I thought was just a wonderful way of characterizing what you were talking about. So we learned a lot about you, both in the specifics for the volunteer work that you did, but then in describing all these works, we also learned a little more about the kind of person that you are, that would devote so much time and effort to helping others like that. Your organization, as I said, was excellent. You had a clear opening, you had a body with 3 points, and then you had a conclusion that told us what you had told us. So that was all excellent. I really only have 2 suggestions. And the only reason I'm giving 2 instead of my usual 1 is because it was such a strong icebreaker and you have so many skills. The first was, I noticed a tendency toward and-itis. And and-itis is where one tends to string sentences together and start a sentence with and. There were a few of those. That's just something to watch out for. And the other... One of the things about an evaluator is always illustrate the point that you're making. So that's the only reason I did that. If you believe that, there's a reason. And I think I'll just leave it at that. And thank you for your skill at engaging the audience. Thank you for introducing yourself, and I look forward to hearing many more. Mr. Toastmaster.